Okay, so you're still a virgin, right? 100 years ago or 200 years ago, if you were still a virgin before marriage, that would be totally normal and it will actually be very cool and acceptable. But not in today's world, right? Society has changed now. And in most countries around the world now, most guys lose their virginity when they get to the legal age of their country and they get right into having sex with women, right? So if you're one of the guys that, is still a virgin and you've already reached the legal age to have sex, or you're even older than that, then how do you actually get to the point where you lose your virginity? Well, essentially, you've got to start making women feel sexually attracted to you, and then you've got to go through a process of going from a conversation to kiss and then to sex, or conversation, phone number, date, and then sex, right? You got to go through that. And, if you're not going through that process, if you're thinking that something's going to magically happen, then you're going to be waiting for a long time. All right, so I'll talk more about that process, but what I'm going to do now for you is talk about some mistakes to avoid, right? The common mistakes that virgins make that ensure that they don't have sex with women. All right, so let's have a look. Number one, being too nice. Now, there's a lot of crap on the internet saying that nice guys finish last and, you shouldn't be nice to women and all that sort of stuff. That's wrong, right? I'm super successful with women, but I'm a nice guy. The difference between me and a nice guy who is unsuccessful with women is that I'm a confident nice guy, right? I'm not an ass-kissing nice guy, an ass-kissing nice guy. I'm not a nice guy that will try to kiss up to women and get them to like me. I talk to women and I assume that they like me because I've got the confidence of an alpha male. That's not something that I've always had. That's something that I've developed, and that's something that I now teach at the Modern Man, how to develop that. But it's like, when you're interacting with women, if you're being too nice to her because you're trying to get her to like you for being a very nice guy, then she's not going to feel sexually attracted to you, right? Niceness and being extra, extra nice to girls doesn't make them want to have sex with you, right? It just makes them like you as a friend. What you got to do is when you're talking to women, it's fine to be nice to them, but you've also got to create a sexual vibe, right? Which brings me to the second one on the list here. The mistakes that guys make that ensure that they're still going to remain a virgin is that they fail to create a sexual vibe. If you want to have sex with a woman, being nice to her, doing her favors, being that sort of guy is not the way to get her to take her panties off. The way to get her to take her panties off is to make her feel like she wants to have sex with you. All right? And so you need to create that sexual vibe between you and her. So say, for example, you're talking to a girl that you want to have sex with, right? Instead of talking to her in a way where you're just being all friendly and, all right, so what have you been up to lately? Oh, yeah, where do you work? Oh, how long have you been working there? Oh, yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Yeah. And just being this sort of non-sexual guy. Mix up your body language a bit and try this sort of body language with her. Yeah, so what have you been up to lately? Look at her like that and look at her mouth. Look up to her eyes. Look down her mouth again, look up to her eyes, and you've got a bit of a smile. Squinting your eyes a bit like that. So anyway, what do you do for work? Oh, you're an accountant. Right. Well, that means you're a smart girl then. I'm going to have to start using big words around you. I'm going to have to work on my vocabulary a bit. Start giving her that sort of playful, flirting, humor, teasing sort of vibe, rather than just a friendly, innocent, you're not interested in sex vibe. But also, if you notice the body language that I'm using and the tonality that I'm using, what's actually happening is that because of my body language and tonality and the way that I'm using my language there, I'm actually slightly dominating her. I'm making her feel girly, which is one of the keys to making women feel sexually turned on by you, right? Women want to feel like you're the more dominant one. You're the more powerful force in the dynamic. Because women, when they have sex, they open up to receive a guy and the guy penetrates the woman. All right, she is the one submitting. She is the feminine force. You're the masculine force. Right? She wants to feel like she's submitting and opening herself up to a more dominant force. Not this like wimpy, weak guy sort of, getting at her like that. And she's like, oh, what is this? She wants to feel like, like a strong man is, or a strong guy is giving it to her. All right, so, you don't have to use that body language and tonality all the time, but mix it in. All right, so the next one, acting like a friend. Well, if you want to have sex with a girl, you look at the Hollywood movies and things like that, and you'll see the guy is acting like a friend, and then eventually she falls in love with him, and then they live happily ever after. But in the real world, right, acting like a friend is going to put you in the friend zone. right? What puts a guy in the friend zone? He does. He acts like a friend, right? If you're acting like a friend with a girl and you're in the friend zone with her and a guy like me comes along, right, a confident alpha male, I'm going to have sex with her that day, right, or that night when I meet her. I'm going to kiss her. I'm going to take her home, right, because I'm not interested in being a friend. I want to have sex with her. And look, some guys will think, oh, that's a bit rude, or that's a bit, or you're just using women for sex. Whatever. I'm getting started with a relationship. That's how it gets done in this day and age. 100, 200 years ago, you had to wait until marriage. Not anymore, right? The way that you start relationships these days, you get the girl's phone number and you kiss her and then you set up a date, or you have sex with her right away and then you start the relationship. It's like that. You don't play the character like the Hollywood movies and then be her friend for 2 months and 3 months and then hopefully she likes you, because you run the risk of another guy coming along who actually knows what he's doing and is, what I refer to as a modern man. He knows how to have success with women in the modern world, and he gets right to it and gets right down to business with her, and then they start a relationship. And where are you? You're even further in the friend zone. The next one, doubting yourself. Well, women are attracted to the strength in men and turned off by the weakness. Right, so if you're doubting yourself around a girl, guess what? She doesn't like you. She doesn't want to have sex with you. If you believe in yourself when you're around a woman, if you have confidence in yourself, what happens? She feels attracted to you. Right, so if you're interacting with women and you're doubting yourself, you're doubting whether they like you, then you're probably going to remain a virgin unless you get lucky. Right, you've got to start believing in yourself. You've got to start displaying the confidence that women are attracted to, and then you've got to move it forward from a conversation to a phone number, to kiss, date, sex, or conversation to kiss, sex, get started. All right, and the last one, behaving like a lower-ranking male. When it comes to the human mating dance, right, what women are actually attracted to, women are more attracted to alpha males than any other type of guy. And you see that in some of the animal species out there. You look at the lions, for example, and the alpha male comes along and then he breeds with the lioness, or with the wolf pack, it's the alpha male who has the women, right? But in the human species, right, the alpha male is the most attractive to women. Lower ranking males can still get women because we live in a very complex society where guys who aren't even an alpha male can get access to women and they won't get killed by the alpha male like a wolf pack. But women are mostly attracted to alpha males. So if you're in a group situation, say at university, or you're at a bar, or you're out in a work environment and you're behaving like a lower ranking male and there are alpha males around, then within that closed group environment, women are going to feel less attraction for you and they're going to feel more attraction for the alpha males. Right? If you meet her out of the group environment and it's just you and her one-on-one and you're showing a bit of confidence and she feels attracted to that confidence, then you can move forward to kissing and sex with her. But if you're in an environment where she can see you interacting with other people, other guys and confident women and things, and you're behaving like a lower ranking male, then she's not going to be feeling sexually attracted to you. She's not going to be feeling like, wow, I want to be penetrated by this guy. I want to submit to him. I want to open myself up to him. Right? She feels, in most cases, if she's a confident girl, she's going to feel stronger than you mentally and emotionally. And that's not sexually attractive to women. Okay, so those are some mistakes that you need to avoid if you want to stop ruining your chances of losing your virginity. Now, how to actually go about the process of, conversation to kiss to sex, conversation to phone number to date to sex, that sort of thing. That is what I call the flow, right? It's a step-by-step process that I've developed over a number of years. Personally speaking, I used to be hopeless with women. I wasn't a virgin at, in my 20s or whatever. I got lucky here and there and lost my virginity, but I was hopeless with women, right? I would talk to women and the conversation would just get boring and wouldn't go anywhere. Even though I loved women, wanted to be with women, I was trying my best, they just weren't that interested and it wasn't going anywhere. A lot of it had to do, I was making a lot of the mistakes I was just talking about before. But what happened is I decided, I got to a point where I was sick and tired of that crap and I wanted to have my choice with women. I wanted to stop missing out. Stop looking and seeing these other guys hooking up with women and thinking, what's going on here? What's wrong with me? Why can't I get a girl? I got to a point where I said, stuff this, I'm going to work this stuff out. And a friend and I, we went out every weekend approaching women until we worked this stuff out. And my friend, he was learning a whole bunch of crap from the internet, weird tricks and stuff, and it wasn't working. I tried that initially, didn't work. And eventually I just said, okay, stuff this, I'm going to try to work it out myself. And so what happened is I developed a process that I call the flow. And you walk up to women, and you start the conversation, they like you right away, they welcome you into the group if you're talking to a girl in a group, or if you're talking to her alone, she feels really comfortable with you immediately. There are techniques for each of those situations. And then the girls show instant interest in you, and then you use attraction techniques, make them even more interested in you, and then you start turning the tables so that they start picking you up, or if it's a woman on her own, she starts feeling like, oh, I really want to be with this guy. And then you connect with her and you move it forward to a phone number, kiss, sex, date, whatever. All right, so I hope this video has helped you out. If this video has helped you out and you've liked it, I'd really appreciate it if you could click like on the video. And if you want to learn more, I recommend that you check out my book, The Flow.